Have you ever opened your heart to someone, only to find out they weren't who they said they were? How many times have you felt betrayed by appearances, by those masks of kindness that hid very different intentions? In an ideal world, people would be transparent, their intentions as pure as crystal. But we live in a real world, where the veil of sincerity is often torn, revealing hidden truths that can hurt deeply. Today, we will explore together how to see beyond these masks, thus protecting our inner and spiritual peace. Are you ready to change the way you view relationships? Are you ready to learn how to defend yourself from those who may not have the best intentions towards you? Stay with us, because this video could truly transform the way you interact with the world. Manipulative behaviors. Manipulative people are masters of the art of using words and actions to subtly shape the reactions and decisions of others to their own advantage. Often, they present themselves as friendly and helpful, masking selfish and calculating intentions under this kindness. Their skill lies in creating an aura of trust and understanding, while in reality they are planning how to exploit you for their own purposes. Among the most common manipulation techniques is strategic flattery, where manipulators use excessive compliments and praise to disarm you, making you more receptive to their requests. These compliments, while they may seem sincere, are often intended to lower your guard. Furthermore, they offer promises of future benefits, leaving details intentionally ambiguous to create a sense of expectation and moral debt, pushing you to comply with their demands. Manipulators also play with emotions, exploiting your insecurities, fears, and desires to guide your decisions. They can glorify your insecurity and then present themselves as the only solution to the problem, making you dependent on their presence and approval. They also use false urgency, creating situations of false urgency to force you to make quick decisions, often without time to reflect, in order to pressure you into taking action on their behalf. To protect yourself from these behaviors, it is essential to strengthen your self-esteem. Strong self-esteem is the best shield against manipulation. By setting clear boundaries about what you are willing to tolerate and what you are not, you reduce the ambiguity that manipulators exploit. Always take time to reflect when asked to make an important decision. This allows you to objectively evaluate the situation without immediate pressure. Additionally, seeking outside support by comparing your experiences with trusted friends or advisors can offer you outside perspectives that help reveal aspects of the situation that you may not notice on your own. Envy and rancor. Envy, an insidious and often hidden feeling, can silently creep into relationships, eroding them from the inside and creating an atmosphere full of negativity. This feeling not only undermines the health of personal and professional relationships, but can also poison the environment in which it manifests itself, turning collaborative spaces into emotional battlefields. Envy occurs when a person feels threatened or surpassed by the accomplishments or success of others. Instead of feeling inspiration or joy for others, the envious person reacts with resentment and a desire to see the other fail. This reaction can stem from deep-seated insecurities, low self-esteem, or constant comparisons with others, which are often exacerbated in highly competitive environments, such as the workplace. One of the most common ways envy manifests itself includes making light of or denigrating the successes of others. The envious person might attribute someone's success to external factors, such as luck or connections, rather than merit, skill, or hard work. This not only reduces the value of others' efforts, but also fuels a cycle of discontent and negativity. Another sign of envy is the difficulty or inability to share happiness in the successes of others. Reactions of cold indifference or sarcastic comments in response to other people's good news are clear indicators of envy. This behavior can create a rift between colleagues and friends as the environment becomes less supportive and more competitive. Additionally, envy can push people to behave in subtle and harmful ways, such as spreading rumors or falsehoods to damage someone's reputation. These acts of sabotage not only aim to reduce the respect or admiration that others have for the envied person, but also to level the playing field, by reducing the other to a less threatening position for the envious person. Managing envy requires a delicate but firm approach. It is important to recognize and address your feelings of envy by examining underlying causes such as insecurities or unrealistic comparisons with others. Working on self-esteem and gratitude can help mitigate these negative feelings. In contexts such as work, promoting a culture of mutual support and recognition of others' efforts can counteract the atmosphere of competitiveness that fuels envy. Absent empathy. Empathy is the lifeblood of human relationships, a bridge that connects one person's emotional experiences to those of another. It allows you to deeply understand and share the feelings of others, proving crucial for building solid and meaningful bonds. However, when empathy is absent, interpersonal dynamics can be severely compromised. People who lack empathy often appear detached or indifferent to the emotional needs of others. This lack manifests itself through a series of behaviors. They may ignore or minimize the problems expressed by others, change the subject when it comes to emotional issues, or worse, respond with sarcasm or criticism in moments of other people's vulnerability. This behavior is not only a source of frustration, but can also cause pain and emotional isolation for those who suffer it. The absence of empathy in relationships can have a profound impact on self-esteem and emotional well-being. Feeling regularly unheard or belittled can lead to doubting your worth and perception of reality. Furthermore, in environments where empathy is low, such as some work contexts or personal relationships, a toxic cycle of communication can be created in which people constantly feel undervalued and disconnected. Recognizing the lack of empathy in others is essential to protecting your own emotional health. Here are some signs to watch for. Inappropriate reactions, cold or irrelevant responses in the face of significant emotional sharing. Lack of support, little or no offer of comfort or help during difficult times. Critical behavior, tendency to criticize or judge instead of listening and supporting. To protect your emotional balance in the face of a lack of empathy, it helps to establish clear boundaries and communicate your needs openly. In some cases, it may be necessary to reconsider the level of emotional involvement with people unable to offer adequate support. Finally, it is important to seek out and cultivate relationships with individuals who demonstrate genuine empathic capacity, as these connections can offer support, understanding, and validation, essential elements for lasting emotional well-being. Ultimately, understanding and addressing absent empathy in others not only safeguards emotional health, but also promotes an environment of greater understanding and mutual respect, thus improving the quality of our interactions and relationships. Excessive confidentiality. In a world where privacy is increasingly valued, maintaining a certain confidentiality in one's relationships can be not only normal, but also wise. However, when discretion turns into excessive secrecy, it can become a red flag that there may be more complex issues hidden beneath the surface. Excessive confidentiality occurs when a person is consistently reluctant to share personal details, avoids discussions on certain topics, or changes the subject when approaching more intimate or sensitive topics. This behavior can leave others confused, frustrated, or even suspicious, as openness is often seen as a sign of trust and closeness in a relationship. There are various reasons why someone might choose to maintain a high level of secrecy. Some people may have experienced trauma or negative experiences that cause them to build walls to protect themselves from further pain. The fear of being judged or not being accepted can lead individuals to hide aspects of themselves that they believe could be viewed negatively. In some cases, confidentiality is a way to maintain a sense of personal autonomy and control, especially in environments or relationships where one perceives a threat to one's independence. Sometimes, secrecy can actually cover illicit activities, legal problems, or other serious matters that a person prefers to keep hidden. When faced with excessive confidentiality, it is important to balance respect for the privacy of others with a need to build relationships based on trust and transparency. It is essential to openly communicate the importance of sharing and being honest in relationships, expressing how a lack of openness can affect the perception and dynamics of the relationship. If you suspect that excessive secrecy is hiding more serious problems, it may be helpful to approach the person with empathy and support, offering a safe environment where you can feel free to share without fear of judgment or consequences. At the same time, it's important to be ready to accept that some people may never be completely transparent, and consider whether and how this affects the long-term relationship. Constant lies. Repeated dishonesty is more than an occasional flaw. It is a warning sign that cannot be ignored. People who constantly lie create a fabric of altered reality, specifically constructed to serve their own interests. This behavior not only erodes trust, but also threatens the stability of interpersonal relationships, turning the interaction into a minefield of uncertainty and doubt. Those who lie regularly may do so for various reasons: to avoid negative consequences, hide inconvenient truths, or manipulate others to their advantage. Others may lie to maintain an idealized self-image, attempting to project an identity that meets others' expectations or their own unrealistic aspirations. In some cases, the frequency of lying may indicate deeper psychological problems, such as antisocial personality disorder or mythomania, a condition in which lying becomes a compulsion. The danger of constant lies lies in their ability to distort the perception of reality, making it difficult to distinguish what is true from what is not. This bias can cause significant harm, especially when important decisions are based on false information. It is essential to develop a kind of critical vigilance, paying attention to details and inconsistencies in narratives. Verifying claims against external sources can be particularly useful, especially in professional contexts or when decisions have significant implications. Additionally, open communication can sometimes bring the truth to light. Confronting the person with your concerns, if done cautiously and without direct accusation, can reveal additional details or motivations. However, if lies are having a negative impact on your life, you may need to reconsider the type of relationship you maintain with the dishonest person. In some cases, limiting or ending contact may be the only sustainable solution. If you encountered these dynamics, how did you react? Share your experience in the comments below. Your contribution could help someone else shed light on similar situations.